we're ready to head to Mexico. Woo-hoo! Scramble!
We're going to change some cash.
And guys, it's a good thing we got pesos before the border, not just because they checked our van, that seemed pretty standard, but because of this. You gotta get these like FM cards. What is it, like $57? She tells us it's 65. We ask her, oh, can we pay card?
Yeah,
she says, oh, we don't take card. Okay, we only have pesos. And then all of a sudden she wants us to pay card. But now you take card? And she said, oh, I picked it in the machine. You can't change it. She's clearly like lying to the people, trying to play some angle. And so she ended up just letting us pay in pesos. She was like really upset about it. We're in Mexicali. Woo! But we quickly left Mexicali to make the drive down south to San Felipe.
First stop was at the gas station in Mexico, and the bathroom's pretty nice because you could check to see if anyone's in there.
We made it to San Felipe, van life in Mexico. The main street by the beach was packed with a bunch of restaurants, shops, and bars to check out. And coming from the cold, snowy winter of New England just less than 2 weeks ago, this beach was such a welcome sight.
Public bathrooms with shower, only one problem.
Cold water.
We went to see if nearby campsites had hot showers because we really wanted to jump in the ocean. But after seeing the prices, it was going to be about $30 just to hang out at one of these cabanas and park overnight. So we decided to save the cash and spend it elsewhere.
We can just do cold shower. Hey, it's hot here.
Now with the savings, we headed over to a popular local taqueria where you can personally load your tacos with all these toppings at no extra charge. Now Olivia got 3 tacos for 130 pesos or about $8, and she was definitely not disappointed by the flavor. Plus, the salsas were hitting.
Spicy?
Better than the one in New Mexico.
Now after loading up on some tacos, we headed back to the beach because Olivia was ready for swimming. And one of the things I've been noticing about this beach is actually there's a bunch of fishermen that will literally just back their boats right into the ocean, and I thought that was just pretty cool. Now as I was admiring the fishermen, Olivia had walked off into the ocean, and as the sun was beating down on me, I started getting a little tired. I brought a book to read at the beach, but I ended up just using it as a pillow, and I dozed off on the sand. Meanwhile, as I was sleeping on the beach, Olivia's being all cutesy in the ocean as she does, and I wake up to find her and a local in the ocean getting pretty close. And I don't know how good looking this guy is, or if he does or doesn't have a six-pack, but I gotta get out there and find out what's going on.
I got this from a local friend. His name is
Rodrigo.
We chat a little bit, even though I don't speak Spanish. I don't want to take it. I told him to take it back, but he said it's a gift from me. It's for memory.
Now, despite how much we loved this little guy and wanted to keep him, we did bring him back to the sea at the end of the day, and this place was looking so nice when the sun was setting, and we were soaking up all the beauty of the moment, and the birds were flying everywhere. The only problem, we had no idea where we would sleep. So we parked on a public street out front of a hospital, and that night 2 cops came by. Me and Olivia made it through our first night in Mexico, and although the cops did show up outside our van, they weren't there for us, but were there at the nearby hospital. I hope everyone involved was okay, but we did have a pretty rough night's sleep because the roads were super loud. But the silver lining of our restless night was that we were up pretty early and we came to the beach to see this awesome sight. The colors were so beautiful, the birds were flying everywhere. Then we headed over to the campsite we checked out yesterday because it looked like there was no one there and we wanted to use their bathroom. After that, we set up by the beach for the workday with some coffee that Olivia may or may not have spilled everywhere.
I know I have a break after 4-hour meeting.
The world don't work unless you do.
Simple wash.
Have a seat, grubbing an apple, guys.
Workday done.
The birds are eating bigs here, apparently. It's cold today.
Guys, there's a huge jellyfish here.
I think the wave will bring to where it belongs to.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of birds relaxing and having a good day. How many likes to destroy their time? Somebody say 0 likes. We couldn't catch one. I guess it's just avocado bread again for dinner. Picking up a little bit of trash we found too. Gotta clean up your earth.
Keep your local environment clean, guys.
Another cool thing about this beach is we saw pelicans diving into the ocean for their lunch, and since I couldn't wrangle one of the seagulls earlier, we did the next best thing and headed back to Olivia's favorite taqueria. And this may be as close as you can get to fresh made tacos. He's literally cooking up the fillings and the tortillas right in front of you, then you stuff it all with the toppings, and needless to say, Olivia loved it. Then we went over to the local Calimax supermarket, which was stocked with all the essentials. They even had a bakery and ham and cheese sandwiches for like $2. I grabbed some fresh made baguettes in the bakery, then we headed over to the produce section where we found some nice looking papaya and grabbed some avocados for like 60 cents a piece. Avocado sandwich.
Let's try. It smells like dirty feet, but tastes really good.
Headed to the showers now. Now, me and Olivia like staying clean on the road, so we've been loving this public shower. It's 15 pesos to use and the water is cold, but the weather's nice here and it gets the job done. Now, since we wanted to find a quieter place to sleep tonight, we decided to check out the campground from earlier, and we actually did find the owner here, but this is what he said to us. It was 1,130 pesos a night to stay here in our van. 1,000, you can get 20 tacos. Next door said it was 300 a night because there's not many people, so they're giving us a good price. Now, even though we found probably the best price on a campsite in San Felipe, we decided we were going to save that money for more tacos. So we hit the streets to try to find a place to sleep that night that would be a little bit more quiet than last. And to be honest, this is the most nerve-wracking part for us because it's our first time traveling in Mexico, so we don't necessarily know if we'll have any issues sleeping on public streets. So we drove through the neighborhood looking for a good place to sleep and found ourselves on top of the hill where the lighthouse was, and we settled into a spot between an empty lot and the 5G tower. So we saw the guy who lives in the house in front of us. I talked to him briefly. I asked him if we could stay here. He said it's okay. It's a pack of Mexican street dogs. So cool. After sleeping up by the lighthouse, we came down to the beach to see the sunrise, and we also got to see a bunch of the fishermen launching their boats into the ocean, which is one of my favorite parts about San Felipe.
Birds must be constantly having fun telling jokes to each other because all you can hear is...
After the sunrise, we headed over to a local taco vendor to grab some breakfast tacos for Liv. Then we headed back down to the beach where we found another street vendor with fresh squeezed orange juice, and I made an avocado sandwich before starting to set up for the workday. And during the workday, we always like to park near a public bathroom in case duty calls.
60 cents to use the bathroom.
So we're gonna make the trek to Bahia, Los Angeles.
Bye, San Felipe. Nice place to stay.
We're gonna check out the bodega before heading on the road.
Dang, this is not what I expected. It's like a Costco in here. It's the first time getting gas in Mexico. Let's see how much it costs to fill half tank in Mexico.
I don't like the numbers.
$59 for half tank. It's over like $5 a gallon down here, guys. It's pretty pricey.
It's very pricey.
Now, driving down the coastal road of Baja, although very desolate, was actually one of the most incredible drives that we've ever been on because of all the vast sweeping ocean landscapes you can see while driving along the mountains. And after we turned onto the next highway, we entered a desert area with a ton of more incredibly amazing views, and this place could literally rival Saguaro National Park because these cacti were everywhere.
And roads are getting worked on at least.
Oh yeah, people used to complain there's so many potholes. There are, but they are all patched now. Every single pothole is being patched.
We got those cotton candy clouds coming. That means we don't have too many minutes left of sunlight. Look at this, guys. Smooth, easy roads. We made it, guys. The last little bit after we got out of that town, it's rough. Camper Van Haven, there's tons of them. I see them.
Nice, we're safe. Promising lands.
Woohoo, the promising land.
Promising land, promising land, promising land.
And we got ramens coming.
And we celebrated our triumph with a big feast, starting it off with our homemade pickles, and these babies were delightful.
Ooh, tasty.
Camper van's as far down as you can see. Living in a van down in Mexico, La Gringa Beach. Super beaut.
I tried starting the van and it's like dead.
So we were stranded, but at least we were stranded in paradise.
Spending a full day here, so tomorrow morning, hopefully we'll just jump this thing. Are those the new Goodwill pants?
Yeah.
We're stranded in the middle of Mexico, but it's the little things that get you through. Goodwill pants keeping us up. So yeah, we were stranded in Mexico, and of course that can be stressful, but that's what stress eating's for. So we grabbed some snacks out of layaway and got to eat.
Long day, working day. And then we are going to eat now. I'm hungry.
So after the workday finished up, we got ourselves ready to make a huge feast because the stress eating must continue. Then I started grubbing down on my half, while Olivia apparently continued working. And as soon as she started grubbing, she forgot all the pain of yesterday.
Jeez, Olivia wasn't satisfied with my sandwich.
This is a advanced attack.
And before even being finished with the first sandwich, she said,
How can I go one more?
So we jumped on a FaceTime with my parents while making the second sangi and then headed outside to show them the amazing beach we were staying at, which was surprisingly packed with tons of wildlife. There's pelicans flying all over the place, there's snails big and small crawling all over the rocks, and just like you can find barnacles taking up residence on this beach, you can find packs of camper vans as well. Now, we wanted to walk the whole length of the entire beach, and I gotta tell you, this place is friggin' huge because we got super far from our van and still had a ton of beach left to trek through. Now, the local birds were grubbing good, but it didn't seem like they wanted to share, so we couldn't exactly see what they had. But as we continued down this beach, we started seeing skeletal remains of what looked like absolute monsters.
Friggin' creature out there. And here's one dried up. They're like sand sharks or something.
Now, when we made it to the end of the beach, we came across something pretty strange because there was actually a package sitting in the middle of the ocean out there, and I'm not sure if Amazon delivers this far out or if they do aquatic deliveries, but what's crazier is when we were walking back towards our van, someone was actually driving their truck out to the end of the beach in the walking only zone, and I was wondering if it had something to do with that package. Now, when we got back to the van, I found that one of Olivia's slippers had blown down the beach, and as for the other one, unfortunately, it was nowhere in sight.
You lost one pair of shoes.
Olivia's real bent out of shape about this lost slipper. Sometimes the world takes what it wants from you. Today it be a slipper, tomorrow it be your life. So get out there and scramble on to a good future.
I think a bird took your slipper.
Now, as if we hadn't had enough problems, we woke up to water all over our floor because one of our water bottles on the counter had a small leak. But it was Friday the 13th, so all in all, I guess we got off pretty easy. We're van lifing at Gringa Beach in Mexico, but our van is dead. So sure, our car battery may be dead and we're stranded in the middle of Mexico, but at least we're stranded somewhere super beautiful. And if you're wondering where people go to the bathroom when they're stranded, well, some things are better left unsaid.
We have a jump pack, so hopefully we can get this thing going. Here we go.
You gotta come prepared, guys.
After you jump your car, make sure you don't turn it off. So let's go see if the town has some tacos. Scramble on. Rio de Los Angeles is like a little bit far from La Gringa, but definitely a nice place for boondocking. Free camping. Back on good roads.
We're just locking it with the other key and leaving it running.
These little guys need a treat.
And we found a family serving up huge carnitas tacos freshly made with homemade tortillas. But as Olivia was loading one up with the house salsa, she was attacked by their guard dog, and this guy was ferocious. Now, Olivia was ready to grub down her taco, but we quickly found out that she wasn't the only one expecting a meal, because it looked like one of the local enforcers had come over for an extortion fee, and after paying him off, Olivia was finally ready to enjoy her taco. Now, after struggling to figure out how to even attempt eating this thing, Olivia just dived right into the middle, took a huge bite, and was not disappointed. And as for me, I tried the local Jamaica drink, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Then we headed over to the market next door, which was more or less just a regular market, nothing spectacular, but outside you could see all these UTVs that people have around here. And before leaving town, we didn't only get extorted one more time, but we got extorted twice because we had to go get gas, and that crap is expensive down here. I mean, it feels like you're paying $25 a gallon for Christ's sakes. Now, we hit the road headed south towards Guerrero, Negro, and it's a good thing our van only needed a jump start because being so far out, any major issues could lead a van right here to the junkyard. Now, speaking of the junkyard, we found a trailer with one of its doors wide open, and that's kind of beyond sketchy for driving behind in the middle of nowhere. So after getting around that guy, we saw some more of the beautiful country before leaving Baja, California and entering Baja, California Sur to the beautiful town of Guerrero, Negro. And the first thing we did here was stop at San Rafael to use the bathroom, and the people here were top quality.
Optima gente, aquí.
San Rafael.
Unfortunately, two things that San Rafael doesn't have is the orange guy and the donut guy. And you better believe that we indulged in both.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, that's dripping juices.
Here you go.
Oh, a little sour. Oh my God.
Then, smelling of orange, we went to book whale watching tours for tomorrow before going to grab Olivia a new pair of slippers at Copel. Then we drove past the airport to a spot where a bunch of camper vans were parking by the ocean. We watched the sunset there, and I gave Olivia her Valentine's Day gift, and we made some noodles before calling it a night.
Our van life journey in Mexico just brought us to the ocean's home of the biggest boys, the whales.
Peak season for whales. February to March.
Baby one.
We're inside the lodge for the Guerrero continent. It's the principal area to mating and birthing babies.
So we headed onto the bus to start our whale adventure, and there's actually a ton of salt flats out here, which is apparently huge business for Guerrero Negro because there was a legitimate mountain of salt here. I mean, can you snowboard down this mountain? Because you can drive up it. They must be sending salt all over the world here. Now, when we got to the docks, there were a bunch of boats waiting in the water, and we were so excited to get going until other people started taking off, and we found out that our boat was was broken. So there we were on our great whale adventure, sitting in the bus. The only thing that we could do was hope that this guy would eventually fix the boat. And after about an hour, another guy took pity on us and started shucking some fresh oysters for the crowd. So Olivia had one plain and she had one with the picante salsa, and something tells me it wasn't this guy's first rodeo having oysters in this spot.
Pretty good place to be stuck with a problem.
See, they stopped trying to fix the boat. Are there more boats coming in, or?
We were in the tools and waiting the more boats coming.
We wait here 2 hours. Tiempo precious.
El tiempo es precioso.
Can't accept this.
I know.
We need a refund and to take us to the sea.
So we were finally getting to the end of our rope when someone started playing music, and we all decided to let go of our misery and start enjoying a little dance party together. And what's crazier, as soon as we started dancing, all our spirits lifted up, and that's when a boat finally came for us.
Uh-oh, they're back.
So we finally made it out onto the water, but as we were going out towards the whales, all the other boats were coming in. And at this point in the day, we were the only boat on the water, and we did see a lot of blowholes going off, a lot of whales coming out from afar, some tails popping up, some heads even popping out to get a look at us. But we didn't get any of those intimate boatside interactions that people seek when they come to Guerrero Negro, because it was just too late in the day.
Yahoo! We entertain you guys so much. Now I just want to swim.
On the bright side, we did get to see some whales potentially body slamming each other, and we did see some sea lions on the way out.
Excuse me.
The whale watching saga ended. Everyone has issues, problems happen. The business, Mario's tours, they really made up for it. It wasn't obviously the best tour they'd ever given, but they gave us a full refund and we got a tour. And then the gas company took all the money back. So that's that.
You definitely want to pay to get the good experience.
It's definitely worthwhile.
Then we hit the road towards San Ignacio and found a truck stop along the way to hunker down for the night. We've been living in Mexico, and this morning we made the final stretch through the fog towards San Ignacio, and when we finally got out of that fog, we made it to a checkpoint, and that typically means you're getting close to town.
I feel like someone just taped up their own stop sign there.
Now this place is right by the river, so you hit this tropical area as soon as you leave the desert headed into San Ignacio.
Oh my gosh. This town is really nice. It looks awesome. There's like a big freaking castle in front of us. We're in like the public square. Wow.
Now the first place we stopped was a local coffee shop because Liv needed a sip of Joe, and the garbage men here keep this place beautiful. The town's centered around this serene plaza, and there's a bunch of shops and restaurants to hang out at, plus there's this beautiful mural.
I gotta finally touch the whale.
Reinforcements.
And after feeding these guys, we headed over to the local castle, which ended up being a church, and a pretty nice one, by the way. Now, I think the guy working there wanted to let the town know we arrived because this happened. The church even had a bunch of orange trees in their courtyard, and we made friends with another local guy before getting ready to hit the road. So we left San Ignacio on the road down to Mulegé, and driving through the mountains of Baja has been so beautiful that this time we had to stop to appreciate the views.
We're in Santa Rosalia now, guys. Scrambling on.
After making it to town, we realized we should probably clean our windshield. Plus,
They have a huge O'Reilly's here.
I think the main needs you need in Mexico is tacos and O'Reilly. O'Reilly. Leave a comment, rate his job, how much pesos he deserved to get. Oh, okay, second round. Side window cleaning. That may worth 2 pesos.
so we hit the road out of Santa Rosalia and found ourselves at an old Mexican prison, which apparently now is a museum. Now, one thing you gotta know about the roads in Mexico, they're all pretty much one lane, so it's kind of hard to pass people. Luckily, everyone seems to give you a left blinker when it's good to go. Now, other than that, when you start getting close to a town, do your suspension a favor and watch out for the speed bumps, because these things literally come out of nowhere, and sometimes they're practically invisible. Now, after making it to Mulegé, we pretty much stopped immediately because Olivia spotted this birria shop and wanted to give it a try. And they were making these quesabirria tacos that literally had 2 shells glued together with cheese. On top of that, it was served with a tray of toppings and a cup of consomme, and it was so good that Olivia went back for seconds. Then we took a ride through Mulegé town, and on our way we saw a little police activity before continuing on down towards the beach. And apparently you can camp overnight at this beach for free, but we had plans of going to van life paradise tonight.
Welcome to Mulegé.
You sure you pronounce it right?
I pronounced it right.
Now on our way out, we found the graveyard, so we headed in for a quick look. Then we stopped at Pinguino Market for some supplies because we were headed about 10 minutes south of here to the campsites of Bahia Concepcion. And this place is like the Bahamas of Mexico. So many people come here, and we found the perfect spot.
Follow this space to see what happens next.